What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review of Married to Medicine, season 7, episode 11. And so, they filmed the reunion this weekend. So I guess it doesn't seem like the season we're this far along in the season, but I guess we are. So we are in Cabo San Lucas. Isn't that where they are, Cabo? In Mexico. And we get to see the rooms. All of the rooms look really nice. Poor Quad. They got Quad on the other side of the damn resort, honey, in a 1-bedroom. The rest of them are in, suites because, they are couples or what have you. But Quad is taking it all in stride, honey. Quad is not studying that stuff. She's taking it all in stride. And then they getting ready for dinner. They all get dressed up and everything, and they're going to dinner. Now, Mariah and Aiden don't go because Mariah's not feeling well, darling. She's not feeling well. But the rest of them get all dressed up and they get ready to go to dinner. And they're going to a farm-to-table restaurant. They have a few of those around here. And so the food is fresh and not have a lot of extras in it and stuff like that. So really great. So they had a good time going over there. Now, as they're riding, they riding along these dark dirt roads that are real bumpy and everything, honey. And they were starting to give each other that look like, so, if they coming to get us, who gonna stay and who gonna leave? Like, who gonna get sacrificed, And they're making jokes. Now, it reminded me of when I was in St. Martin. I was in St. Martin one time. I've been to St. Martin a few times. I love St. Martin. And I was in St. Martin a few times. And one of the times we went, we got information about this local club. We were asking them, where's a good place to go, a nice little local club to go to, and they gave us the name of this club we should go to. And so we had a driver, and we told the driver the name of the club, and he was like, oh yeah, I know where that is, no problem. So we got ready to go, honey, to go to this club. We was riding, and he said it was about a 30-40 minute ride from where we were. So we were like, okay, cool. And we got to riding, and we got to going up in the mountains, and then we got on this dirt road. And the grass was like taller than us. And it was the same thing we saw in there. The road was bumpy and it was a dirt road. And then all of a sudden it just opened up. And all we saw were cars. Like, it was this big old parking lot. And the club was nice. It was a nice club. Out back, if you stepped out in the back of the club, it was open. It wasn't like a closed building. It was like an open space area. And out back was the beach. We were literally on the water. And then, it was the club and stuff. And it was, y'all, we had the best time. But it just reminded me of that because we were sitting there looking at each other. It was me and a few of my friends. And we were looking at each other like, all right, if he pull over, you know what to do. Like, we were giving each other that look like, all right, you going to, because we didn't know what was about to happen. But anyway, they get to the restaurant and they there, okay? They there, they having a good time. Now, at some point at the dinner table, Buffy decides to let Jackie know that she had offended her when she shared her story about her being infertile. Now, they were talking about the vacation and everything, and Contessa was saying how, Buffy, how are you enjoying yourself? Don't worry about it. Heavenly was mean to me too when I first joined the group. And, Buffy was like, Heavenly ain't my problem. Dr. Jackie, I really didn't appreciate what you did. Dr. Jackie said, excuse me, what? And it almost seemed like, see, this is how I know that Jackie knew she was wrong. Because Jackie was on the defensive before that woman could even get it out. The minute Buffy said it, Jackie was on defense. And see, here's my problem. It's so that if you watch Queen Sugar, you know what I'm about to say. You don't get to decide how much of my story you tell, no matter what your reasoning is. Because Jackie's thing was, well, I thought, I've been open about sharing my story. I didn't think it was a problem. I thought that me and you, sort of had something in common. I was sharing my pain to help educate others. I didn't think it was an issue. You don't get to tell somebody else's story, Jackie. You don't. And I'm sorry. Dr. Heavenly has been defending you all on Twitter and everything. It doesn't matter. Her intent might not have been malicious, but it doesn't change the fact that she was wrong. And then her attitude, she got nasty with Buffy about it and, was like, you know what? I hear you. I apologize. I receive it. And I'm done. And you don't have to worry about me saying anything to you again. And then and it was almost like, well, where did that come from? And that's what Toya said. Toya was like, well, damn, Jackie, I ain't never seen you really react that way. And Jackie was like, well, you're right. You're right. It's a new woman in town. It's a new Jackie. And y'all notice Quad ain't saying nothing that whole dinner, honey. Quad ain't say a word. Quad was just sitting there like, glad it ain't about me. And Jackie, no one's questioning your intent. It doesn't change the fact that it was wrong what you did. And I just was surprised at Jackie's response. I mean, even Contessa tried to put her arm, and Jackie told her, don't touch me. Then she gonna tell Buffy, don't speak to me the rest of the night. You know, it just was a rude Jackie. And, you know, the next day, Jackie's defense was she's getting tired of feeling like she has to apologize to her friends for things that she did that she, you know, that for them, I guess, assuming ill intent. But again, Jackie, it doesn't matter what your intent was. What matters is that what you did. And so the other thing she said was, well, I didn't think we had to get our friends' permission, you know, to share our stories. I mean, if we were friends, I didn't think I had to get your permission. Why wouldn't you need my permission? That's my story. And like Toya said, if you had shared my story about my miscarriage without my permission, I would feel some kind of way about that. And first of all, Jackie, you understand confidentiality as a physician. You understand confidentiality. And that's why there's a part of me that, anyway, I'm not going to go down that road because I don't want a bunch of doctors in my inbox telling me what's right and what's wrong. All I'm going to say is, Jackie, you were wrong. Do I think you meant any ill intent? No, I don't. But were you wrong? You were. And then your reaction made it worse because you were really nasty in your reaction. And I feel like your reaction was nasty because you knew you were wrong. I feel like that's why your reaction was nasty. It's because you knew you were wrong. And instead of just saying, I apologize, I got caught up, you were right. That wasn't my story to tell. You apologized with some stank on it. You know how that is. People don't want to hear those stank apologies. They don't want no apology with that stank on it. Anyway, now the next day, when she was talking to Curtis, her reasoning was, or her explanation was, I'm tired of apologizing. You know, I'm tired of my friends feeling like I'm doing things with ill intent. I'm sorry, I'm fast forwarding through an important part of the dinner. So Dr. Heavenly decides that she's going to defend Dr. Jackie. And Buffy told Heavenly, shut the hell up. Mind her business and shut up. She was like, I'm sick of you. Now, mind you, not 10 minutes earlier, she was talking about how she ain't had no problems with Heavenly, and Heavenly was fine with her. But again, Heavenly, you're defending your friend because you know she didn't mean any harm. That doesn't mean that she didn't do anything wrong. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You don't have to mean to offend somebody to offend somebody. And you don't get to tell me whether I'm offended or not. And that's what, Buffy said to Heavenly. She said, you don't get to tell me to not be offended. You don't get to tell me that I shouldn't be upset. It's my situation. So Dr. Contessa go tell Heavenly, let's go to the bathroom. Heavenly said, I don't have to go to the bathroom. Dr. Contessa said, yes, we're going to the bathroom. We're going to the bathroom. And she said, that's what we do here. And when people start getting a little hot and heated, they go to the bathroom. And they have been going to the bathroom all season, honey. Every time somebody about to argue, they take somebody to the bathroom. They've been doing it all season. So y'all know what's funny is seeing Simone try to speak Spanish with her broken Spanish and her she don't even try to put an accent on it, honey. She don't even try to put no Spanish accent. She just be like, mucho food, mucho, el problemente, but we fine now. What kind of Spanglish you speaking? Anyway, honey, So, honey, they finally got dinner, and it was probably the quietest meal they've ever had. They ate in silence. Everybody had an attitude. Everybody was pissed off. Jackie ain't even eating nothing. Jackie said she was just ready to go home. And I don't think she meant back to the room. I think she meant Atlanta. But that was dinner. Day one. Okay. Now, like I said, back to what I was saying. When Jackie was talking to Cecil the next day, Jackie's attitude was she's tired of feeling like she has to apologize when she meant no harm, and she's tired of feeling like, I guess, her friends are questioning her intentions. But again, Jackie, the issue that you had with Mariah, and I know I'll be the last person to defend Mariah, but the issue you had with Mariah was Mariah had a valid point. You did not say allegedly. You said Mariah's drug use. You didn't say Mariah's alleged drug use. And then Mariah took issue with the fact that you didn't add that alleged in there. So when you just say, do you think that she should have talked about Mariah's drug use? The assumption is that you believed that Mariah used the drugs, which means that you believed Quad over Mariah. So again, you weren't apologizing because you didn't do anything wrong. You were apologizing because you had done something wrong. You had made a mistake. And Jackie, you're not above it. We love you and all that, but you ain't above making a mistake, Jackie. Anyway, moving on. Now, Buffy was saying, look, I'm good. I can make it happen. You know what I mean? I am a debutante. I can coexist, and we don't even have to have no problems. And so that's what they did, honey. They got ready to go. They were taking shots at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, let me tell you something. When I'm on vacation, I don't look at no clock. If I wake up and decide I want to take a shot of tequila, I'm going to take a shot of tequila. So I think y'all was being a little shady, Bravo, by putting up there the time, as to what time they was taking the shot. They on vacation. They weren't even driving. It's okay for them to take a little shot. Anyway, I think whenever it's Toya and liquor, they always be accenting Toya at the bar for some reason. Like she the only one that drink. But anyway, honey. Day 2, they getting ready to go to the beach. They're going to be riding camels along the beach. They got all kinds of stuff planned, honey. They get on the van. They are headed out. The van shuts down. Now, mind you, they said it was 103 degrees outside. The van shut down. The van would not start. Very quickly, they disembarked off of said van because, like I said, if it was 103 degrees outside, as soon as that van shut down, it was 110 inside. And so Simone was like, look, let's just walk back. We haven't gone that far. We're right down the street. Let's walk back and we'll figure it out. Because the van ain't working. Look, if the van's broke, the van's broke. Shit happens. Cars break down. It just happens. You get a flat tire, your engine, your belt breaks, something, just your battery goes dead. It just happens. Like, we've all been in a car that when we put the key in the ignition, it did not start for whatever reason. And you can do all the maintenance you want. Sometimes cars just don't work. Honey, Toya acted like Simone purposely set them up to be stranded on the side of the road in Mexico. I mean, she is being so nasty and loud and talking about how I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is so ghetto. This is so, but I just need 5 star. 5 star only for me. 5 star will only do for me. It was horrible. It was horrible. Toya acted like a spoiled ass, bougie ass brat. It was ridiculous. I could not believe how nasty Toya was acting. But they walked back. And I mean, they were on the highway. And yes, it was inconvenient. And I know they were hot. I'm sure they were. Everybody was miserable. Everybody was hot. Everybody was irritated. But Toya, you took it to a whole nother level. Like, you took it to a whole nother level. But they get back to the resort. The guys go straight for the bar, honey. Now, after all of that heat, the last thing I would have wanted was alcohol. I would have wanted about 2 gallons of water. But, okay. Damon is at the bar throwing them back. Heavenly is not happy about it. Because Heavenly said, look, Damon is not a drinker. He's just not a drinker. That ain't what he do. And so she was irritated. But let me tell you what I like about what Dr. Heavenly did. Dr. Heavenly asked Jackie to go say something to Damon. She said, can you please whisper to him? Don't be obvious. Don't put him on the spot. Don't be loud. But can you just go say something to him about, maybe not drinking so much? Because she was like, he can't hold no liquor. He's not a drinker. So he can't hold no liquor. He going to be drunk and throwing up in 10 minutes. They've been married for 22 years and dated for however long they dated before that. She know her man. And she know that he can't hold liquor. He can't hold liquor. She know that about him. So her having an attitude, I don't think was so much about her controlling him so much as it was, I'm trying to save you from what's to come. Because you hot, you overheated, and now you over here throwing back shots of tequila like it ain't shit or whatever it was that they were drinking. Now, Damon's response was, I've been listening to you for the last 22 years. Can I just get one day to just do whatever I want to do? Why Heavenly said no? Heavenly said no. So anyway, Simone, I got to give it to Simone for going for plan B. Simone said, look, the van has broken down. They got to get it towed back or get it towed. Whatever the situation is, she said, look, let's go to plan B. Can you get us some appetizers, some chips and dips, some drinks by the pool, and we're going to go and we're going to meet back down by the pool. Is that cool? The general manager said, no problem. We'll make it happen. Because, that's what they do. When they mess up, they make sure they bend over backwards to get you straight. So they decided that they were going to go and change into their bathing suits and everything, and then they were going to come back down to the pool. So that's what they did. Everybody came on back down to the pool, no problem. So they decided they were going to play this game called Messy Mexico. Basically, they're going to throw questions out and you have to answer the question. So the first question was something along the lines of, what was the first question? Because the first question, the first question was about, it wasn't the first question. The second question was about if you decide to change career, change jobs, go back to school, should you consult your spouse? But the first question was dealing with infidelity. If a couple cheats, should the other person in the relationship be able to cheat to get even, and then they just call it a wash? And so, of course, that was, I'm sure, geared towards, Jackie. And then the second question, of course, took Contessa's situation into consideration. And Heavenly said no. Heavenly said, I think you should, definitely, you maybe have the conversation, but you don't need to get permission. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go back to school or you want to change jobs, no, you don't need anybody's permission to do that, And then Mariah said, no, I disagree. Mariah said, if you are a couple and you're in a family, you're in one household, then every decision that is made should be made as a couple. And I agree. Now, of course, Contessa was waiting for this, honey. That immediately put Contessa on edge. So, Mariah was just saying everything, and Toya chimed in and said the same thing. Toya was like, yeah, she said, because if we're one couple, that's what we're doing. We're making sure that we're all right there together. And so Contessa chimed in and said, yeah, she said, but it doesn't work in reverse. She said, when Cecil changed careers, I'm sure that, we just stood by and support. Now, that's not true, because remember, Simone, that was at the beginning of the season. Remember, Simone was irritated with Cecil because Cecil, remember he had retired. Well, he was forced to retire. And then, that's been an issue for Simone and Cecil with their situation and him finding his next career. And even before that, remember when his hours were being cut at work? They've had issues over his career decisions and how it affected the family. That was one of the things that was contributed to their situation when they almost got divorced. But Contessa was saying, she said, but it's not the same in reverse when it's a female that's trying to do it. And so, Scott was like, look, she taking this to a personal level. She making this about our situation. And Contessa was like, no, it's not. That's not it. If Heavenly decides to do something different, and y'all know Dr. Damon was like, if she decided she didn't want to be a dentist anymore, I would just have to support her and we would have to make it work. And Contessa was like, right, exactly. But see, that's not what happened. And Heavenly was like, well, when, your husband supports you. And she was like, see, stop saying that. So she said, that's what I think a good man should do, is support his wife. And she was like, stop saying that, because it's not all men. Baby, the look on Scott's face. Anyway, that's where the episode ended, honey. We're going to pick it up next week. We're going to see how this whole thing goes. I think Contessa ended up walking off, but we'll see where this picks up next week, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.